welcome guys, this is your homework. So we have studied in class about the legislative branch, which acts as Congress, and we have talked about the executive branch, which is, we could call the president, and the associative branches or agencies such as the Department of Justice, the Department of Education, the Department of Energy, and then the last branch we have to talk about, because there are 3 branches in government, is the judicial branch. And we're going to mainly study SCOTUS, or the Supreme Court, which is the highest. Oops, it's SCOTUS, SCOTUS. So we are going to study the Supreme Court because it is the highest court in the land. And once a case is brought to the Supreme Court and the court issues a ruling on that case, it is final. There is no other court of appeals once the Supreme Court has heard a case. So what I have here is we're going to work on a Google spreadsheet. And let me get to this Google spreadsheet first. And the main way we're going to study it, so tonight for homework you're viewing this video, and then you're going to complete the Nearpod and answer those quiz questions based on the Nearpod, just so I know that you guys have did the Nearpod and then you understand what's on the Nearpod. So we are going to study the Supreme Court in a couple of ways, and one of those ways is looking at the Supreme Court through landmark cases. So I picked about what I thought was the most 10 important cases in the United States history, Supreme Court cases. So here's a quick look at the court cases that I've laid out in front of you. And I've already done some of the work for you. So you're going to work with a partner and write a 4 to 5 sentence summary of the case. And then you are going to clearly define the importance of the case. And then you are going to complete a works cited, making sure that you found your information from a credible source. I did the first one for you, and Marbury versus Madison is a case that I'll discuss in the Nearpod. So basically, it was a course that established judicial review. And judicial review, and I'm going to drill this into your heads, it's the process that the Supreme Court, or it's the, not the process, but it's the theory that the Supreme Court, or the practice, I should say, the practice that the Supreme Court can declare a law constitutional or unconstitutional, because that is not explained in the Constitution. The Constitution does not give the Supreme Court that power, but Marbury versus Madison is the course that establishes that precedent, and that case gives the Supreme Court the power to decide which laws are constitutional and which laws are unconstitutional. So let's take a quick look at the rubric. So this is your rubric when you come in tomorrow. And this is what you'll be graded on. You'll be graded on time management. How well did you use your class time? Did you use it well, or were you fooling around and horse playing the whole class? Context and fact. I'm looking at the context and facts that you found on the internet are accurate. There's no information. So just take a look at the rubric and then works cited. I'm going to be a stickler on this. The student used at least 5 credible sources, so you have to use 5 to get a perfect grade. All citations had no more than 2 errors. That's all I'm giving you to get a good grade, to get a 4 on the works cited. I'm going to be very picky on that, so make sure when you come in the class tomorrow, that you cite the information where you're getting from 5 different credible sources accurately, and then spelling and grammar. obviously I want to see that you proofread your spreadsheet and then you don't have any more than 2 mechanical errors. So mechanical errors are like grammar, spelling, making sure you have a comma. Did you use the right subject verb agreement? So that's the scoop, and that's what we'll be doing tomorrow in class. So view the Nearpod and come to class tomorrow prepared, ready to work, and learn about the Supreme Court and about the 10 most important cases in U.S. history. So see you tomorrow.